So we are learning a few of the features with the Yamaha CVP-701 model. And this is a great keyboard. So first and foremost, just getting it turned on. We know what to do. We just press the on and off switch, which is over to the left. And as soon as I turn it on, we get a nice screen that comes up and it will just load up for a quick second there. And it takes a few seconds for it to load up. You can see now we're all set. And the first thing we get is a piano sound with just sort of the CFX grand, which is the natural piano sound. Now, if I want to just turn the volume up or down, I just turn it over to the master volume and I can make it louder or softer. And you'll see we've got a USB drive in here, which we can record and play back music as well. Some of the features that we'll want to have on the left side is the transposer. So if we're a singer and we don't like the key, we can transpose it up a tone. And I just keep going. Now I'm up 2 tones and I'm in the key of D and so on. And it will take me up all 12 semitones. As well, I can minus it. So say I'm in C and I want to go to B. I just press minus. And now I'm still playing that same C chord, but it's in the key of B at this point. The metronome is also a feature you're going to want to use frequently. So the metronome, I just turn it on and off like that. It defaults to, it looks like a 74 contemporary guitar pop. It says in style. We won't worry too much about that. But if I want to increase the tempo, I just go here and I can make it, and the screen is increasing or decreasing as well. I think you can also do it by this toggle switch, but we won't worry too much about that. So that's making it faster. And that is the metronome. Now, if you want to get having fun with the styles, there are all kinds of choices here. So again, this default style is called the contemporary guitar pop. But if I wanted to try something different and say I want to stick with pop and rock, I just touch that. And all of a sudden on the screen, we've got all of these choices. And again, I use the data entry and I just turn it, and you'll see that the screen, the little sort of the border is changing color as I move down. And say I want standard rock. So I'm going to go to the letter, which there's these A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. I'm going to go to the letter that's closest to standard rock, which I believe is B. You'll see it is now highlighted in gold. So say I want to use that rhythm, and it is defaulting to 110 beats per minute. So I'm going to find start and stop. And all of a sudden, instead of a metronome, I get a nice beat. And I can play, say, a scale in rhythm. If I want to get really ambitious and create an accompaniment, I can go here, which again, it defaults to accompaniment on automatically. And I'll just play a C major triad down here. And all of a sudden, I've got the full band playing. If I want to change it, I go to an F chord, and it just kind of chords along. Now I'm going to go back to the main screen. Right here, it's telling me what that chord is. So say I want to go to a G7, I press that. You'll see that comes up. And then I go back to the C chord. Again, if I want to increase the tempo, I just go to here, and it is increasing the tempo. If I don't want all the music, but I want the beat, I turn accompaniment off. Now I get just the drums, and I can play with the left hand in rhythm, of course. Oh, and in order to finish the sound, I press stop. Or if I want to create a neat little finish to it, I can choose an ending. I'm going to choose the ending 1. So I either press stop or ending. Finishes it very nicely. So that's a nice way to work with the rhythms. There are so many possibilities that you can play around with the rhythms and the styles. Now, the next most important thing I'm going to go over to is if you want to use more than one sound at once. So say you want to play a piano and organ. I press piano and I hold down organ at the same time. And now it says over here, right 1 and 2 are on and off. And again, it defaults automatically to CFX grand and whiter bars, which actually sounds pretty good. Much like a kind of a rock and roll organ. But if I wanted to say go to a church organ, I'm going to press H, which is close to the whiter bars. You'll see now it's highlighted. I go back to organ, and now I'm going to go back to the main screen again, and using the data entry, I can scroll, and you'll see again the outside highlights, and say I wanted to go to a church organ sound. There's church organ right back here. I can go to letter D, which is the closest, touch it, and I have the piano and organ. If I want to get really ambitious with changing like how much I want, I would have to press this, and I'm not going to get too much into adjusting levels, but you can actually put down how much piano and how much organ you want. Right. You can adjust that as well. If I want to just go back to the regular piano sound, I just touch the right 2, and I'm back to the CFX Grand. All right, then the next most important feature is recording music. So in order to record music, I have to come over here. And I like to use a USB stick because you can save tons and tons and tons of music on a USB stick. It is possible to save music directly into the keyboard. You might be limited to about 100 songs, which is still quite a lot, but you might have to delete them after a while. But with the USB stick, you can record thousands of songs. They literally, I will tell you, you can do thousands. Okay, so I want to record something. So I press the record button. That's all I need to do. You'll see it lights up, and I'm just going to play again a 4-chord progression. When I'm finished recording, I'm just going to press stop. Now I can automatically play it back by just pressing the play button. Now, say this is my masterpiece and I want to save that. I will go to where it says Song Select, and I must press that button, Song Select. And then it's going to give me a new menu here. We're not going to use any of that menu. We're going to go to where it says Tab, and you'll see this little dotted line takes you over. We're going to go to where it says User. We still have to go one further over. We have to get to USB. And in USB, we've already recorded a whole bunch of songs, so we've got these titles already there. And you'll see there's a P1 and a P2. In order to get to the different pages, I just go to the data entry, and again, I scroll and you can see the left side highlighting. But now, say I want to save it. So I go back, I'm just pressing the song select, and I'm going to go back to the menu 1 because we've been I'm going to go back to the USB. All right, and I'm going to go back to where it says menu 1 because we need to see more things down here. So where it says menu 1, I just touch that. Oh, maybe I have to touch the bottom one. Yep, I had to touch the bottom one. So you'll see a whole bunch of choices come up. Name, cut, copy, delete, save, folder, menu 2. So we want to save that masterpiece. So I'm going to press the save button, which is the up and down arrow that's closest. And I think I'm going to press the down arrow. All right, so it's giving me a choice. Right now, it's just defaulting to new song. If I want to get rid of that and put my masterpiece title in here, I'm going to delete that. I can do it one letter at a time, or if I hold the button down, it removes everything. And then I'm just going to call it, I'm going to put masterpiece. So I have to do this individually. So M, and I have to wait a second, A, and S, and we'll assume I've written the whole word out. I can write the whole word out, and then let's say I'm finished. I'm going to have to press the enter button to save it. So this is right beside data entry, and I press the enter. And it is in here now. So now you'll see it's already highlighted. So I go over to the play and it's right there. I can also manipulate it by making it faster or slower by going back over to the tempo, or I can transpose it. There's all kinds of stuff. So again, say I wanted to make that higher. I'm just going to transpose that up 3 semitones. Press the play button over here again, and you'll hear it's in a new key. Now, say I am tired of that and I want to get rid of it, if you'll see it's already highlighted, so it is very important that it's highlighted. So I'm just going to pretend we're there. I'm going to go back. I have to highlight it. And then where it says delete, I'm just going to press the delete button. And it gives you an option, and you have to be very careful when you do this. It could possibly highlight everything, so you have to be very careful. So select file folders. Because that MAS is already highlighted, I can now press the OK button, which is the down arrow, and it's giving me an option. Are you sure you want to delete the file? Now, if I'm not sure, I would press H, and then it will keep it there. If I am sure, I'm going to press G, and it is deleted, and now it's gone right there. Now, those are the main features I think that you'll be using. There are so many other things that you can do, but this will give you a lot of options available to you there.